ada dengan dirimu. Tak perlu ragu, yeah, ku milikmu. This song is for you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all distinguished guests, delegates and all participants of ESG Global Young Leader Summit 2026. My name is Adi Najman and I will be your MC for this evening session. Welcome back to Dewan Persidangan 2 and following our lunch and prayer break. Ladies and gentlemen, we request everyone to kindly take your seat as our flagship forum session will commence shortly. There are few announcements that require delegates' attention. To ensure the smooth proceeding of today's program, we kindly request that all movement in and out of the hall be made through the rear entrance only to minimize disruption to the session. We also respectfully request that all mobile phones and electronic devices be set to silent mode. All delegates are also requested to sit in front and prioritize the in front seat to smooth the programs today. Your cooperation is much appreciated. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon to everyone. Distinguished guests, speakers and fellow delegates, welcome to the main highlight of this afternoon summit, Main Forum Blue Justice Conservation, Youth Driving Climate Solutions. This forum aims to spark impactful discussion on empowering youth, action towards ocean conservation, climate resilience and sustainable development under the banner of Blue Justice. To navigate to this discussion, we are honored to have an extraordinary lineup of intellectual panelists and Anne as the moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, it is my absolute pleasure to invite our moderator, Ms. Sonia Alisien binti Eden Yen, together with our honorable panelists, Associate Professor Dr. Maiza Abdullah, Encik Luqman Hakim Mazin, and Dr. Ali Rashid to take their seats on stage. With all due respect, Ms. Sonia Alisien, the floor is now yours.
Hello. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good afternoon to everyone in this room today. Distinguished guests, respected academics, industry leaders, fellow students, and change makers. Welcome to the ESG Global Young Leaders Summit 2026 with our title main forum, Blue Justice Conversationists, Youth Driving Climate Solutions. My name is Sonia Alisian and I am from the Biodiversity Conservation and Management course, and it is my absolute honor to serve as your moderator today. Now, when we talk about climate change, our minds often jump to land-based energy transitions or carbon footprint. However, for a coastal nation like Malaysia, the ocean is our lifeline if you think about it. Climate impact here isn't an abstract concept anymore. It is directly affecting our marine ecosystems, coastal livelihoods, and food security, and collectively our future. So this is where Blue Justice comes in. It's about ensuring equity, community fairness, and practicing a sustainable way in how we can protect and manage our ocean resources. Central to this movement are the young leaders stepping forward today as advocates, researchers, community leaders, which in this case scenario, everyone in this room today. So can you guys give yourself a big round of applause? Now today, we bring together key perspectives across ESG spectrum, spanning community engagement, youth leadership, corporate sustainability, and marine science research, to explore how we can bridge these sectors together to drive a real equitable ocean solutions. Now, joining me on the stage today, we have three distinguished panelists, and each of them are actually going to be representing the pillars of ESG, which is environment, social, and governance. Now, before we begin our discussion, I'd like to allow the panelists to briefly introduce themselves. So if you could take the floor, Dr. Maiza.
Hello. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon. Are you, what vibes are you right now? I need to check. Vibe check. Surviving or exciting? Exciting. Okay, I hope so. Checking the vibe. So it's great. I know you, everyone here is very, coming from, you are selected leaders representing each of the university. Welcome to UMT. Welcome to Terengganu, negeri paling bahagia, the best state in Malaysia. Okay, my name is Associate Professor Dr. Maiza binti Muhammad Abdullah. I'm teaching. I'm from Marine Biology program. Is there any marine biologist here? Anyone from marine biology? Great. So I'm focusing my research on marine ecology and ecosystem dynamics. I also work in marine conservation programs. I work with sea turtle, endangered species such as sea turtles, such as whale sharks. Have you heard about whale shark? Who knows whale sharks here? Who have seen whale sharks here? Great, somebody, back there. That's great.
Very lucky.
Very lucky. Those are very selected people chosen by God to see the whale sharks. And there's interesting stories, but at the end of the day, I'm excited to do some sharing about, with great panelists here. I'm representing, as our moderator said, environment sector and ESG. And I just wanted to start with, without environment, there's no social and no governance. So environment first. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maiza. Can we proceed with Encik Luqman?
Baik, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Selamat tengah hari. Apa khabar semua? So my name is Luqman Hakim Madzin. I'm representing Kelab Belai Prihatin. Maybe some of you have heard about Kelab Belai Prihatin and even joined Kelab Belai Prihatin activities in UMT or in Terengganu. We've been doing an initiative nationwide called We Believe Together. Siapa pernah dengar Kelab Belai Prihatin ataupun berkenaan dengan We Believe Together? Okay. Pengarah program. Siapa lagi yang lain pernah dengar? Okay, thank you. So, for those who don't know, you guys can search and find more about We Believe Together boleh Google ataupun check GPT sekarang. Saya dah cuba check tadi. Yeah, so kalau you check GPT what is we believe, it's just that ejaan tu mungkin lain sikit lah. Kita spell dengan we masih sama, WEBE-leaf. Kita jadi daun. Sebab I think Gen Z ni kalau macam tu dia lagi ada suka salah eja. So lecturer pun kena perbetulkan. But anyway, it's great being here with you guys. And saya harapkan saya dah apa orang panggil share dengan moderator tadi. Kalau let's say hari ni mungkin kebanyakannya faham bahasa Melayu, bahasa Malaysia tak ada kan. Faham bahasa Melayu, mungkin kita boleh mix lah, so that not only kita buat event tapi the input and the apa orang panggil messaging tu lebih sampai kepada semua yang hadir. Thank you.
It's okay. For those of you, if your Malay is kind of like like me, honestly, I will moderate it back to you guys in English. Don't worry. And can we proceed with our final panelist?
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dr. Eli Razia Abdul Rashid. I am actually from PTTEP. Ada tak yang pernah dengar PTTEP? Tak ada dengar? So, PTTEP is an upstream oil and gas company. It's actually a national oil and gas company of Thailand. And PTTEP is the exploration and production arm of PTT, which is macam Petronas lah di Thailand. And PTTEP has been in Malaysia for about this is 11th year. PTTEP has been here, and we have met one of the biggest gas discovery offshore Sarawak in a field called Lang Lebah. And it's estimated we have about 4 to 60 CF, huge gas field, but very, very challenging to actually build. But at the same time, we also have many producing oil field offshore, Sabah and Sarawak. PTTEP is actually here to stay. And walaupun PTTEP ni is actually quite famous dekat Sabah and Sarawak, sebab most of our operation is in Sabah and Sarawak. Tapi dekat Peninsula ni, every time kita sebut PTTEP, kan, dia macam PT what? And ada juga yang actually mention PTTEP ni as PTEP. Yeah. Tapi never, kalau you pergi internship punya interview ke apa, don't actually pronounce it as PTEP. You should pronounce it in full, the letters, PTTEP basically. Okay, that's all.
Okay, make sure you pronounce betul-betul you guys. Okay, thank you for the brief introduction. So to set the foundation, let's begin round one with a quick targeted question for each one of you, based on your respective sectors. So looking at how marine environment, social equity and corporate governance interconnect under the Blue Justice altogether. So let's start off with the academic perspective, Dr. Maiza. So as a researcher, you've worked closely with other students and maybe even possibly future conservationists today. And so from your point of view, how does the faculty prepare the students to champion Blue Justice? And how can that scientific foundation work hand in hand with NGOs and corporate sectors to make a real impact?
Okay, that's a very long question. I hope I remember all the important points there. Thank you, Sonia, for the question. Again, I try to make it this session engaging. I always like it that way, even in the class. So coming from the background of marine biology, okay, so I'm representing the environment sector here. We are talking about ESG, which is much more closely related to industry and corporate sector, right? Because when you're talking about sustainability, there's sebenarnya in sustainability, kelestarian, there are many approaches, okay, ada available for us to achieve the sustainability goal. Okay, you've heard SDG. Okay, you've heard environmental management plan. You've heard environmental audit. Okay, and now you heard about ESG. So what is the difference between these approaches? So it's basically to moving towards the same direction to achieve the sustainability, economic growth, but the emphasis of ESG is to making sure that while you are running to for the economic growth, you do not leave behind people, the social aspect, and also the governance, better justice and also governance in terms of governance. So I started with mentioning that dalam ESG, in the ESG term ni, ESG punya word ni, environment, we put environment first. Because as I said, and I also said that without environment, there's no people, there's no social, there's nothing for you to govern. You tak boleh governance, no governance, because there's no environment, because environment makes up this planet. Kan, this planet, you see the blue color, so we are made up of majority of the water punya component. So the environment is the main thing that not only marine biologists, marine biodiversity student, biologists need to understand, but everyone, as you are a living person, you adalah seorang human, you need to understand the element of environment because you are part of it. So the opportunity for a marine biologist like me to engage with students coming from different background, I take it seriously, so that I have the opportunity, trying my best to make you understand about this very important component of environment. Okay, whatever you are going to be, you are right now probably coming from accounting, probably economy, probably business, probably mathematics, probably chemistry, what else? Finance. What is it? Law. Cikgu, of course. Okay, but we don't have time anymore. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter what you're doing, what are you going to do, what sector you are getting into. Now you're talking about economic growth. The nature is the core. No climate resilience, no economy is going to happen. No climate resilience, no more oil, right? So there's no economy. So I think I would like to start that way as a introduction of why we have to always include environment aspect in whatever discussion, whatever initiative, whatever efforts. It doesn't matter either marine or terrestrial or wherever you go, environment, you put environment first. Thank you, Sonia.
All right, Doctor, thank you for your answer. So one thing that stood out to me the most is how you mentioned that we need the world, but the world doesn't exactly need us. And yeah, and as we're actually going through our 6th mass extinction, if you all are aware of that. Having mass extinction is also normal, right? But it's the fact that we are accelerating it. That's what's going on right now. So it's a very interesting take on that. And I agree with you in how the E in the ESG should be the first one, because again, we need the environment. The environment can live without us. We're the one who's destroying the environment right now. So yes. Now we all know knowledge is an important, but real change happens when people start to take action. So let's hear from the social perspective, Encik Luqman. We often hear that young people are the future of sustainability. But we all know here it's not that easy. Easy to say, oh, I practice recycling at home. Tapi in my own home, we just buang sampah in one trash can. So, yeah. So, with Club Belia Prihatin, how exactly do you inspire and empower young leaders to advocate with this blue justice? And why do you think the youth voice is very important within the coastal community?
Ya, baik. So untuk jawab soalan ni, pertama, saya nak pastikan semua yang dengar juga faham dan tahu what is blue justice. Kita pernah dengar dan mungkin tahu apa orang panggil social justice, ataupun Melayu dia apa? Keadilan sosial. So semua orang dapat rumah, semua orang dapat makan, macam-macam lagi lah, basic need. But what is actually blue justice? Untuk nak jawab apa youth voices and everything, tapi apa sebenarnya blue justice ni? Kita buat engaging lah kan. So siapa tahu? Boleh angkat tangan. Blue justice. Tak tahu? Tak tahu. Keadilan biru. Kalau biru ni bias sikit. Anyway, apa? Sila. Ni nak bagi suara kepada belia. Sebab hari ni mungkin ada 2 orang, tapi panel seorang je belia. Saya nak extend the youth voices, but they are young at heart. Tapi in terms of age tu, saya rasa saya je. So I want to extend untuk kepada kalian. What is blue justice? Universiti mana? UMT? UMS, sila. Okay. Bagi bajet juga pada laut. But anyway, I think I'm not academician. Saya pun baru tahu susunan ni dibuat ESG. So let's talk about social. Sebab pagi tadi saya sebenarnya juga menjadi juri. So untuk poster. So mungkin ada dalam dewan ni yang nampak kan. Oh abang ni punya. But anyway, ada daripada kalangan kita sebenarnya pun tak faham dan tak tahu pun maksud ESG. Dan berdasarkan bukanlah pemeriksaan tapi interview rawak saya, so banyak orang banyak public lah, dia tafsirkan S tu sebagai sustainability. Dia bukan social. So environment, sustainability and governance, termasuk yang saya ini tadilah yang saya jurikan. So tak tahu grup mana. But anyway, saya rasa untuk menjawab soalan moderator, belia ni sebenarnya memang ada banyak yang saya selalu cakap lah, tenaga dan masa. Dan banyak benda yang kita nak buat, termasuk saya difahamkan program ini hampir 95% dilaksanakan dan jawatan kuasanya adalah pelajar-pelajar UMT sendiri. Saya rasa berikan tepukan untuk jawatan kuasa program. Cuma saya rasa now is the time we move from just organize a event or one-off program to apa orang panggil sebagai a decision maker. Kerana which saya ada sebut juga dalam sebelum ini temu bual dengan Awani ada di sini, berkenaan dengan bagaimana belia ini bukan sahaja diberi apa orang panggil sebagai gula-gula. Bukan gula-gula yang itu, dia gula-gula lain. As in, sebagai contoh hari ini, belia, apa pandangannya. Tapi at the end of the day, kita tak ada satu kuasa pemutus, decision maker. Di UMT ni ada Kesatuan Mahasiswa tak? MPP. Okey. Jadi bagaimana sebagai contoh, ini yang lebih related dengan kehidupan anda semua sebagai pelajar. Bagaimana keputusan ataupun perbincangan itu boleh ditranslate menjadi polisi. Saya rasa itulah sebetul-betulnya yang kita mahu. Kalau kita tengok representation in parliament, usia belia, saya tak rasa terlalu banyak ahli parlimen yang masih dikategorikan sebagai belia. So whatever the agenda or the topic are, kalau kita nak bercerita tentang mahu suara belia didengari, in fact saya rasa dalam syarikat-syarikat corporate pun sekarang mungkin ada percentage, or I just engage with Maybank. They have specific department, youth department dalam Maybank untuk cater on mungkin kehendak ataupun sebab kadang-kadang belia ni kita nak mungkin benda yang Gen Z kan, tulis salah, macam doktor cakap tadi. So mungkin ada benda-benda yang kita ada tendency not to follow the culture, the old culture. Kita ada budaya baru. So bagaimana nak translatekan suara, kehendak dan budaya baru itu kepada betul-betul dasar dan polisi baru juga. Suara saja tak cukup. we need to be a decision maker. So sekarang ni di UMT contoh, sebab saya pernah datang di UMT doktor, dan dia kata ada yang parking tak cukup lah apa semua kan. We are not talking about that. It's just that yang saya nak tanya sekarang di UMT sendiri ada apa sanad. Saya dulu di Seoul National University. So saya tak biasa dengan sistem di universiti awam di Malaysia. So senat UMT ada wakil pelajar, presiden. Kalau ada tahniah, itu je. Senat tak ada. So mungkin as part of the answer, bukan saja Blue Justice, tapi on how we can empower young leaders now. We are not talking about the future. Sebab nanti kalau 20-30 tahun lagi, yang belia sekarang pun dah jadi beliau. So belia plus you, beliau. Faham? Tak dapat. Orang semua tak gelap. Awak je gelap. Anyway, that's all. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Encik Luqman. I agree. In order to, we actually really need to understand what blue justice is in the first place. Like he mentioned, it is, well, justice but more focused towards the ocean, which is also, if I can repeat back what Dr. Maiza mentioned earlier, is giving us a lot of opportunities and resources such as jobs, fish, food, and tourism even. So a lot comes from the ocean if you think about it. So Malaysia also tends to seize the opportunity with our ocean waters here, especially here in Terengganu, if you all are aware with what's going on at Redang Island and the over-tourism thing. And you are absolutely right. The youth these days, anyone can really learn. Knowledge is free. On your phone, you have AI already. You can ask any sort of question, but it's about how we can make them into decision makers. How can they apply that knowledge into making that right decision, especially regarding towards our oceans these days. So thank you, Encik Luqman. And lastly, now, of course, leaving an impact needs to have a strong sense of governance and a strong team behind it. So let's bring in the corporate perspective. Dr. Ellie, when people hear the words corporate ESG, they tend to think about policies and reports. So, but we all know behind those are actually real actions that can make a difference. Could you share some of PTTEP Malaysia's key initiatives in ESG and the marine conservation, and how have those efforts made a positive impact towards our oceans?
I think even before I go to that question, I think in whatever issue that we discuss, we need to put it in the right context. So let me just touch the context first. So, you know, like from corporate point of view, you know that what is the main objective of corporate organization? Making money, right? And for you guys, the youth leaders, you study for 3-4 years, and then when you go out, what is your objective? Make a living, right? And that include a big chunk of it is making money as well, right? So if you think about the whole context, you guys, all of you, belia, right? Your eventual aim is actually to make a living, to make money. So you are an entity, and then there is this corporate, private organization in the industry. Also, the aim is actually to increase the wealth of the shareholder. Buat duit jugalah, kan? And within this objective of making money, there is another side of it to sustain, which is to take care of the environment, to ensure that we take care of our people as well, socially, and also that we actually have a proper governance in the organization to avoid cases where it could actually bring down the company because of governance issue. Okay, so I actually in my organization we actually hardly use the word ESG. We actually use the word sustainability, Because if you see the UN definition of sustainability in context of energy, because I come from energy company, one side of the equation is fulfilling the energy needs of today. Kita masih perlukan oil and gas because the renewables is not enough. Kalau you tengok the pie chart of the energy mix that actually supply to your demand, the demand that you created by all these lights, all the aircon, kan? Your consumption is high tau. So like sometimes people actually blame the oil and gas company for emitting GHG, but why are they producing? To fulfill your demand, right? So on one side, sustainability is about fulfilling the energy need of today while preserving the environment for the future, for your children, for yourself as well, in 30, 40 years' time. So the challenge for me, for Belia, is actually how do you find that right balance? How do you make money and produce whatever energy that you need in context of energy industry while preserving the environment? So for example, for PTTEP, kita ada 3 pillar of sustainability. The first one is high performance. So you mesti kena efficient, you kena effective, you have to be cost efficient, and then at the same time, you need to have, the second pillar is governance, GRC, we call GRC, which is governance, risk management and compliance. Sebab kalau katakan we are good, but we have governance issue, it might bring down the company. You cannot sustain. And we have seen a lot of companies that actually basically fail because of governance issue. And then the third one is the stakeholder value creation. And this is where we balance our objective with environment as well as social obligation, including community as well as the environment as a whole lah. Okay, so I think it's very, very important that you think within that bigger context. Sebab kadang-kadang you all, I know because I was a student too, like you see as individual component, environment, social, governance, but actually the whole aim is actually to find that right balance. And the challenge for the youth is actually to find a way, macam mana you nak sustain in terms of meeting the consumption demand versus preserving the environment. Like, I ada masa lagi I bagi example. For example, for PTTEP in Malaysia, for every molecule of hydrocarbon that we produce in 2020 compared to 2026, we have reduced our GHG intensity by 40%.
Can we get a round of applause for that? That's very good.
So what it means is that you are producing 40% cleaner hydrocarbon. So there's a lot of things and a lot of money that PTTEP has spent doing that. So it is not like just macam you pergi mangrove and you plant in order to increase carbon absorption, kan? That's one side of it. But and also you go and plant trees. Yes, it's good. But then the real challenge is how do you actually produce energy while making it cleaner? But cost effective. Sebab kalau tak cost effective, are you willing to pay a high cost for electricity? Tak kan? So there's a lot of balancing that you need to do. So that is actually the challenge for me, for us in the private sector, as well as for you guys when you actually go out there. That's the key challenge to sustain.
Thank you, Dr. Ali, for that answer. So yeah, it's actually quite a big picture to look at, and there's a lot of things that you have to think about when coming up with a solution. And you guys are just not making money, you guys are trying to make a living So, and you're trying to sustain the planet while also taking care of your loved ones by trying to bring home all that money. And one thing that stood out to me the most is about the tree planting part. You mentioned that most of the time, a lot of corporate sectors, they carry out CSR and just randomly plant trees, yeah. So for your knowledge, most of the time, most of the solution is not exactly reforestation, because that takes a lot of time. Because when you are replanting trees in an area where it's barren soil, where it's empty, it takes up to 10, 15 years for all the animals to even come back and to establish again the food webs. So like what Dr. Ellie is doing, I think that's very great. That's like right here, right now solution. Okay, so that's the end of round one. Thank you for those insightful perspectives. Now let's shift from ideas to actions, from what to how. We all agree that blue justice shouldn't just remain as a concept. By the end of the day, it has to be reflected in a way conservation is carried out on the ground. So this will be a general question for all three of you, and you can share your own opinion on it. From your respective fields, whether it's the youth effort, corporate ESG, or marine science, what do you think makes a marine conservation project truly successful? And how do you think we can make sure that the local communities out there are not just standing around looking at the sidelines, but in a way that they are being part of the partnership of carrying out that marine conservation effort? So can we start with Dr. Maiza?
So that's a great question, and I like it a lot. And again, kita punya panel ask about macam mana, what is your understanding on the concept of blue justice? So maybe I'll take the responsibility to basically help you out with this. Okay, so the word blue, you know, blue economy. So we are referring to the growth of economic activities and development, making money, making wealth, earn living out of blue resources. So when we talk about blue, anything related to, it depends on the context, but in general, anything related to the ocean sources, marine ecosystem, estuary, rivers. Okay, that's blue economy. Anything that you can use the area or the resources of that ecosystem and make wealth and living out of it. Itu adalah blue economy. And why suddenly we appear or we highlight about blue justice? So we can look about blue justice. We can look into two contexts. Okay, yang pertama adalah while we are taking resources, extracting resources from the marine environment or blue ecosystems, we are giving justice to the ecosystem itself. Maksudnya, you are the one who are extracting resources from the environment, from the ocean. At the same time, while you are doing that, you must ensure that the activities are basically bring justice to that environment. So that's an element of sustainability, as Dr. Ellie mentioned. Okay. Yang kedua, the blue justice, you also have to, the second one is basically while you are extracting, making money out of ocean resources, please do not leave anyone behind. The social justice of people and communities that also rely on the ocean. Sebab itu, bringing you, every one of you tomorrow to Setiu Wetland for you to engage with local communities, local fishermen who are rely directly with the resources from marine ecosystem, the blue economy. They are rely directly to make a living. Not even we're talking about making wealth lagi. So majority of people, so you know, Sonia mentioned that Malaysia, majority of us living within the coastline, more than 60% of Malaysian living within the coastline. Maksudnya kita adalah penduduk di pesisir pantai. Okay, we are very close to the ocean, to the marine ecosystem. And thus, anything happen to the marine ecosystems directly affect all of you, affecting your parents, affecting your families, okay, affecting the resources of wealth and resources of economy, sumber ekonomi ahli keluarga you. Okay, jadi when we talk about blue justice now, wanted every one of you understand here, okay? Because eventually, okay, you are graduating from university. Right now, you're already a leader, student leaders. You're already at another level as compared to the other students. You are going into the corporate sector, going into industry, going into government public sector. You will soon becoming the leaders there. And since we already equip you with this information, with this awareness, with this knowledge, you are the one who become the catalyst. Ada kita mention kan dalam kita punya tagline. The catalyst for the blue justice, for the sustainability. So understanding must be happen now. Okay? And then everyone knows, okay, di Malaysia, UMT is championing on the ocean, aquatic sustainability. So that what we are doing now is we wanted to bring all the mahasiswa together, the students from other university. It doesn't matter, as I said, accounting, finance, law, teaching, okay, education, for you to understand, okay, why that, okay, we are talking about blue economy. It's not UMT yang memperkenalkan blue economy. It's not UMT just, you know, say things that we like to say or say things that we only us know. But the blue economy is an important agenda for the nation and also important agenda that we're talking at the global level. World Bank is talking about blue economy. We're heading towards there. Okay, but while we are doing that, okay, making wealth, earn a living, make a living out of the resources from the blue economy, let's put into the principle that we must always be fair to all components in the marine environment. It doesn't matter directly to the environment or the people in it. So that's why we are conducting or developing or organizing any conservation program, we are not fully or merely talking about, for example, I'm working with whale shark conservation, UPAUS. It's very large. It uses a lot of food. Yeah, they are the biggest fish in the world in terms of size, but they are eating up the smallest animal on earth, which is the plankton, the swimming plankton. Can you imagine they can grow up to 18 meters of length, okay, whale shark ni, but only rely on a microscopic animals as their main source of nutrition. So what if the environment ni musnah, deteriorated, polluted and sebagainya? How can they survive, for example? So but as a scientist, while we are doing any conservation work, we don't focus only on the species, for example, whale shark, but also we include together the community in that system.
So like an umbrella species.
It must be all together. It cannot. So the ESG concept is not only the principle about, you know, the corporate, the industry. It's everywhere. It's all the time. It has many names, as I said, many approaches. Okay, you heard SDG and so on, but the direction, the goal is always on the sustainability. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maiza. I like how you pressed on how blue economy is making money, but when we bring justice into the picture, we need to do it in a very fair manner, in a fair way, not just towards the environment, but towards the social aspect as well. So I think one example can be the Baja Laut people. Yeah, they rely on fish all year round. And if you, for your information, on a global scale, one person can eat up to 20 kg of fish per year. Now, as Malaysian, but as a Malaysian who we always eating fish, right? We can eat up to 50 kg a year. So that's how much we depend on the ocean for all these resources, especially in terms of food. So can we proceed with Encik Luqman on your answer?
Yep, thank you, moderator. So tadi di pusingan pertama saya tanya apa maksud blue justice. Di pusingan kedua saya ada satu lagi soalan. Apa maksud governance dalam bahasa Melayu? Apa? Takbir urus. Takbir urus apa? Ketelusan. Siapa kata? Okey. Apa lagi makna governance? PMX kata tata kelola. Awak kata takbir urus. Ada yang kata ketelusan. Okey, and then moderator tadi tanya berkenaan dengan ESG report juga kan? Betul tak? Dan saya rasa sebenarnya ESG reporting ni betul is a form of to show that as a corporate ataupun as a entity, whatever you are, you have the governance, you have a good governance in fact. Cuma dia bukan lagi sekarang ni siapa tadi cerita berkenaan dengan 6 fasa apa? Extinction. Moderator ke doktor? Moderator. So sekarang ni bukan lagi dalam fasa kita nak cantik on paper saja. Kita kena make sure, kita kena pastikan there is a real impact on the ground. Kalau esok tuan-tuan, puan-puan, rakan-rakan pergi ke situ wetland. Saya pernah ke situ wetland, bukan sekali, bukan 2 kali, banyak kali. And partly kita dah jadikan situ wetland tu sebagai komuniti angkat kita, doktor. Saya tak tahu, saya dah lupa sebenarnya muka. Tapi sebelum ni kita pernah engage dengan Dr. Izan. Saya tak tahu Dr. Izan ada ke tidak dalam bilik ni kan. Tapi I think tadi juga doktor bincang berkenaan dengan bagaimana dapat mengurangkan GHG. GHG itu apa pula? Greenhouse gas. So translation dia Melayu jadi gas rumah hijau. Kita tak ada rumah hijau sebab kita tak ada rumah kuning, rumah biru dan rumah merah. Translation yang betul adalah gas rumah kaca. Sebab tu saya pergi mana-mana, kalau semua audience Melayu ataupun faham bahasa Melayu, saya akan cakap bahasa Melayu. So translation yang betul adalah gas rumah kaca. Sebab gas itu terjadi ataupun berkumpul akibat daripada apa? Proses rumah kaca tu. Apa rumah kaca? Itu pandai-pandai Google dan ChatGPT lah. Dan untuk menyebut berkenaan dengan blue justice, doktor yang ini pula sebut, ada satu komponen yang penting. Kalau kita bercerita tentang UN dan sebagainya. UN ni apa tahu? United Nations. Melayu dia apa? Pertubuhan Bangsa-Bangsa Bersatu. Dan saya tak nak jadi kamus kepada rakan-rakan hari ini. Cukup setakat situ. Cuma apa yang penting adalah bagaimana just transition itu berlaku. Dah just transition pula. Ini last lah. Just transition ni apa? Melayu dia. Tadi blue justice. Okay. Just transition ni apa? Peralihan yang adil. Saya tak sempat tengok kamus yang itu. So peralihan yang adil ini saya rasa mungkin saya berbeza pendapat dengan doktor on apa GHG reporting dan sebagainya ini. Kerana saya rasa except for Petronas di Malaysia, Petronas ini apa yang kita panggil ataupun gelar statusnya sebagai National Oil Company. Okay, so mereka buat duit, mereka sumbang dan pulangkan balik kepada negara. Negara buat apa dengan duit tu? Memajukan negara melalui membuat infrastruktur. Okay, so kita hari ini duk bercakap berkenaan dengan kita nak beralih daripada contoh, sebagai contoh, kereta diesel ataupun kereta petrol kepada kereta EV. So EV ni lagi bagus ke lagi tak bagus? Okey, awak kata lagi bagus. Saya dibang ataupun saya nak bukanlah bongkar, saya nak maklumkan yang sebenarnya EV ini, satu kereta EV nak hasilkan dia lebih banyak daripada purata orang menggunakan diesel. Kereta 4x4 dan sebagainya. Okey. So menggunakan EV untuk satu tempoh yang singkat, contoh 1 tahun 2 tahun, you tak boleh nak offset. You tak boleh nak lawan dengan orang yang dah guna. Kalau you nak compare dengan acik nelayan yang guna 4x4 10 tahun, tu okeylah, tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau you setiap 1 bulan, setiap 1 tahun 2 tahun tukar kereta, you sebenarnya dalam keadaan tak sedar sedang membuat pencemaran yang lebih besar berbanding acik nelayan yang dah guna bas ataupun 4x4 dia. Itu tahap pencemarannya. Jadi, apa yang kita perlukan? Apa yang kita perlukan? Just transition. Cuba bayangkan, acik nelayan daripada situ wetland nak menjual ikan di UMT ni, ada ke pasar basah dekat? Ada. Dia boleh guna LRT. Pelik kan? Okey, tapi benda ni boleh dibuat. kalau ada just transition. So, kebergantungan kita kepada kereta itu dapat dikurangkan. Dia bukanlah masalah, apa orang panggil, nak tukar petrol kepada EV dan sebagainya. I think that is a false, is a fallacy. Fallacy atau fallacy? Penipuan. Penipuan ke doktor? Bolehlah. Google. Dia adalah apa orang panggil, ketidakjelasan lah. Saya rasa is about creating ataupun develop a better infrastructure. Cuba bayangkan di Kuala Terengganu nak pergi ke Setiu, nak pergi ke Kemamang, Kemamang nak pergi ke Cerating, Cerating nak pergi ke Johor. Saya daripada Johor, so saya terpaksa naik kereta. Sebab option lain yang ada hanyalah naik flight. Naik flight dah ada pelepasan apa? So saya pilih untuk naik kereta walaupun letih dan and then kita datang kapul lah ramai-ramai. So the fallacy is not about beralihkan semua benda ni ke elektrik, sebab at the end of the day, kalaupun kita masih guna EV itu masih ada sumber elektriknya. Sumber elektrik EV ni datang daripada mana sekarang? Coal. Masih daripada arang batu. Ya ke? Awan ni boleh tanya dia. Dia yang cakap. Faham tak? So, saya rasa isunya adalah bagaimana untuk memastikan infra di negara kita ini dibangunkan dengan baik supaya tak kisahlah you ada dekat KL ke. KL sekarang jam. Siapa orang Kuala Lumpur? Ada? Saya. Orang Kuala Lumpur, Selangor. Awak orang KL. Okey. Pergi KL jam. So sebab itu kerajaan partly disumbangkan oleh Petronas. Saya rasalah, sebab saya tak pernah dan bukan bidang saya, bidang kewangan ini. Tetapi Petronas bilion-bilion memberi semula kepada negara. So boleh dibuat MRT. Cuba bayangkan semua orang hari ini kalau tak ada MRT, semua naik kereta. Berapa karbon ataupun berapa gas rumah kaca yang dikeluarkan? Tinggi, kan? Jadi it's not about only report. Betul. Tapi bagaimana memastikan tadbir urus itu dilakukan dengan baik, bukan sahaja di atas kertas tetapi diterjemahkan melalui polisi yang bagus. Supaya apa? Tadi doktor kata, kalau you buat apa-apa, masyarakat di sekitar pantai itu juga dijaga. Bukan masyarakat di darat sahaja. Kita ada SDG, ada berapa SDG? 17. Kita ada life on land, hidupan di darat, dan juga dah habis dah masa. Life on water, kan? Below water, dalam air. So tadi doktor cerita macam mana ikan besar makan plankton, hidupan paling kecil dan sebagainya. So bagaimana itu dijalankan ataupun berlaku dalam ekosistem alami, ikan dan sebagainya, ekosistem habitat liar lah doktor, kan? Begitu juga kita perlu menjaga dan memastikan benda itu berlaku. Dan saya rasa that is one of the main important issue yang kita kena highlightkan, the just transition. Saya bukanlah orang yang berpandangan bahawa kita nak kena orang panggil tutup semua oil and gas company ni. Tetapi perlu ada tindakan, perlu ada tadbir urus yang betul supaya dalam masa beberapa tahun yang terdekat ini, sumber keuntungan ataupun kebergantungan negara kepada oil and gas industri ini dapat kita kurangkan secara signifikan. And that's the only way we can achieve blue justice dan mengelakkan daripada pergi ke fasa 6 dan extinction itu berlaku. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Encik Lukman, and I'm really glad you actually brought up about all this EV car matter actually, because one of the main component of an EV car, one of the main minerals is nickel. So, Dr. Maiza, you should be familiar with the illegal nickel mining that's going on at Raja Ampat. Raja Ampat is well known for having their coral reefs. And the coral reefs are one of the most diverse areas that's full of biodiversity. So when all this illegal nickel mining is happening, you are we are putting that coral reef at risk because they are one of the most sensitive ecosystems as well, okay? And when you are buying an EV car, do you know where it's produced? EMAS, for example, do you guys know where it's produced from? Is it produced in Malaysia? No, it's produced in China. So Indonesia, with that, we don't know how much of that nickel is illegally done, but Indonesia supplies about 75% of their nickel to China, and China controls that 75%. So you don't know if the car, the EMAS car that your parents might be driving, was it sustainably made? That's the question. So thank you. And we can proceed with our final panelists. Do you remember what was the question? I can read back to you. I can read it back to you again. So it was, what do you think makes a marine conservation project truly successful? And how do you think you can make sure that the local community is involved with it?
Just to share what PTTEP as a company has done for marine conservation. So actually PTTEP has a massive project since 2010, but this is mostly in Thailand lah, sebab they are a Thailand national oil company, but of course in Malaysia we support Petronas, okay, because Petronas is the local authority lah, basically for as a national oil company. But PTTEP has a program, you can Google this, it's called Ocean for Life. So because PTTEP consider the ocean as our second home. Sebab that is where most of our operation is. Kita ada sikit some of the onshore petroleum punya field, but mostly we operate out of offshore. So kita panggil ocean as our second home. So for Ocean for Life, kita ada 4, we have 4 focus. The first one is on the ocean data platform. So kita actually collect ocean data from all of the platforms across Thailand. And these are used to predict in terms of like what is coming. And our ocean data platform is actually connected with international marine data as well. So that is the first pillar of the Ocean for Life lah. And also PTTEP punya operation, we don't discharge anything into the ocean. That has been going on for so long. Kita tak ada discharge. Sebab dalam operation kita mesti ada discharge. Kan? Discharge itu tak discharge. Macam contohnya the dirty water kan, out of the operation, mud. So itu kita tak discharge back into the ocean lah, to take care of the ocean. The other thing is actually you mentioned about, I have to refer my notes. The other thing is artificial reef and underwater sculpture. So just recently in May 2026, we have just launched, sebab dekat Thailand, dekat Malaysia kita belum ada lagi, and I don't think Petronas has done it, but in Thailand, we have recently identified 9 platform yang kita dah tak pakai. Because the oil is, has depleted basically. So these 9 platform, they have identified somewhere lah in the Thailand punya national water. They're going to actually convert this into artificial reef. And they are actually looking at actually planting this at the end of this year, end of 2026. And on top of that, so the location is actually about 125 kilometers offshore from Patani at a depth of around 70 meters. Dia punya water lah. And this project was actually done in collaboration with their Department of Environment lah. So PTTEP does that. And also recently, in April, we launched underwater sculpture at Koh Tao. So Koh Tao is another location lah di Thailand. So it's actually featuring 9 marine animal design. So dia buat the sculpture and the height is about 2.5 meter tall for each of the sculpture using cement made from actually selalu cement you actually so this is a special cement which they actually pakai carbon dioxide. Selalu CO2 tak ada use kan? Actually cement because kita ada technology division juga for research. Kalau you pakai CO2, dia punya cement tu dia lagi kuat. So dia macam tahan lebih lama lah as artificial reef. And on top of this 9 sculpture, so sculpture dia ni is dia buat from whale shark. So ada juga whale shark. So mesti cantik kan? Once the reef is actually mature kan? And then kita ada sea turtle, kita ada manta rays, you know. So there are 9 sculpture. And then kita ada 93 artificial reef structure. Dia macam coral ball or dome punya shape. So kita ada 93 yang kita akan actually put in the ocean lah. So this is some of the thing that PTTEP is doing. So in Malaysia kita tak ada lagi facility to be abandoned. But for PTTEP operation, we are going to soon have one flow line that maybe kita boleh actually relocate and put in Sarawak water. I'm not sure, I tak ingat whether it's Sabah water or Sarawak water, but shallower lah, as a artificial reef as well. So I think we are in the era of enabling petroleum infrastructure to be converted to marine conservation. Sebab kita tak pakai kan the platform unless we can actually recycle the platform. So that is actually another PTTEP effort where there are some platform that we can recycle for new field punya development. But those that we cannot, we actually flow it, kita actually channel it as a reef, artificial reef. And then kita ada banyak juga biodiversity and climate initiative. Kita ada a lot of blue carbon project, mangrove, you know, seagrass restoration. A lot of money being put into all of this effort. In fact, even though dekat Malaysia, kita punya sustainability team, I'm head of sustainability, kita orang very quite small lah dekat Malaysia. Because most of the effort actually we go through Petronas. So kita fund basically through Petronas. So kita tak adalah dapat nama. But we actually collaborate lah with Petronas. And but for Bangkok actually we allocate about 10% of our capital expense, and this is a lot tau. I think our capital expenditure is about 4 billion a year, US dollar. So 10% is about 400 million kan, that we actually allocate to invest in renewables as well as all of this project. So it is actually a lot of money, and we do a lot of community engagement and education. PTTEP Thailand has a prominent project called PTTEP Teenergy. So teen and energy. So we target school children, and we have involved since 2014. Kita dah involve about 800 school children involved in this PTTEP Teenergy. And there are 3 ways that we're actually doing it. Number 1 is actually through youth camp. So kita sponsor lah youth camp. And then kita ada social development project. So I think the youth, this Teenergy project has come up with 50 social development punya project. And then recently PTTEP collaborate with universities, targeting university students like you. And then they ada innovation challenge for preserving environment lah and marine conservation and all that. So and in Sabah and Sarawak, sebab okay, actually maybe dekat Terengganu you tak tahu sebab PTTEP ni operation dia banyak in Sabah and Sarawak. So mostly in Sarawak shallow waters and Sabah deep water. So kita ada banyak project under what we call We Care. So We Care ni kita actually help secondary and primary school in Sabah and Sarawak. We contribute in the order of like multi-million lah per year. So we have commitment on this one. And in the project kita ada waste to product punya ni for the community. And not necessarily ocean, Sebab actuallynya under the regulation, we are not required actually to do a marine punya project. Sebab kita punya operation semua jauh daripada pesisir pantai. So kita tak affect the livelihood of the people around the around the waterfront lah kan. So but we actually still doing all those projects lah as part of the CSR program.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ali. It really calms my heart when you mention how PTTEP is like helping to reuse their old abandoned oil rigs and turn it into coral reef. Because are you all familiar with eco-anxiety? Have you ever heard of eco-anxiety? No? Or is it just me? Because I'm as a conservationist student, sometimes when I want to go to sleep at night, I open my phone, I doom scroll for a while. I just come across like a bunch of videos showing like the state of our planet. Everything is dying, everything is like melting away. So for me to hear that PTTEP is doing that, it really is like, oh, thank God. It's a good news for me.
I think there is no PTTEP management is extremely supportive of sustainability. In fact, when Trump actually said a couple of years ago, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, said that he's not going to support all of this, right?
Yes.
He actually rejected Paris Agreement, kan?
Yeah.
So there was a question in a forum to the CEO of PTTEP, like how is PTTEP is reacting to this, reaction from Trump. And our CEO said that our commitment to sustainability is not affected by what Trump is saying because we do it for the good of the world. Sebab apa? Sebab
Can we get a clap for that? That's very good.
sebab basically we don't have planet B.
Yeah,
Kan?
exactly.
This is the only planet. So in order for you to sustain your business, you need the planet. So that is the reason why PTTEP is highly supportive of sustainability.
I also like how you mentioned that you guys share your data because when it comes to certain data, let's just say, for example, GIS mapping, trying to make a map with topography, right? Usually you need to buy those maps, but like if you're giving it out for free, that's also very great. So knowledge is accessible there. So thank you for that round 2 answers. I would like to proceed with the final round. So again, it's going to be a general discussion for the 3 of you. And it's a quite simple question actually. Many of us in here today want to make a difference but may not know where to start. So from your own experience, what advice would you give to someone who hopes to work across science, community, and even the corporate sector? And what's the one quality you would say that every future leader should have? Can we start with Dr. Maiza?
Okay, I guess I will be the first to answer that. Very relevant to every of you because you are an individual entity right now. You are right now, I believe, okay, probably not for everyone, but probably to majority of you. The only responsibility you have right now is on yourself. Betul tak? Ke ada yang sedang menyara keluarga? Faham tak? So even for you to survive this university phase, you are provided with scholarship, student student loan, right? And the only thing that you are expected to do is basically to survive and be responsible to yourself. Not even to like your sister, your brothers, your family, majority. I cerita tentang common things, okay? Jadi, what I can say is that, okay, probably some tips, okay? Some tips for you to right now think about how you can contribute directly towards the sustainability. Right now, we are coming from different background. I'm an academic. I'm teaching you at university, okay? But teaching students nowadays is much more different than before. So, Gen Z is something I recognize already, okay? It's very challenging, a bit of strawberry kat situ, kan? Jadi, a bit of, but you have some tough and special advantages. But and then we have personal datang dari talking about macam mana belia, how a youth can contribute, okay, can use their energy and voice and creativity to make change, the real change. Bukan hanya are you making change right now by just attending this summit? No, kan, tak. Tapi we are looking forward, we are expecting you to go back to your place and make changes. Okay, and then of course we are also preparing you to get ready for you when you are into the industry ataupun corporate. Okay, now I would like to ask everyone from this day, okay, today, put or add value, ataupun I cakap very specifically, add ESG values or sustainability values to yourself starting from today if you have not started. Okay, kalau saya jadi CEO or manager like Dr. Ellie daripada company, if I am in front of me right now a student who scored 100% like Dr. Adi said this morning, how should I differentiate among of you? I would choose the best, but every one of you scored 100%. What else I'm looking, apa yang I akan cari? What are the extra points that I'm looking into you? Kehadiran kelas. No, I don't give a damn about kehadiran kelas. Even my students know, I don't check. Because you are here for you, not for me. You attending class for yourself, not for me. I don't care. You don't come to class, I don't care. I'm not, gaji saya tak berkurang. Contoh. Okay, gaji saya tak berkurang. I'm earning every month. But you, the one who loses you. Okay, so starting from today, get into your CV. CV ni, okay, CV, curriculum vitae, your resume, patut at this time you dah ada dah base dia. Keep on adding value, not only because of the resume, but for you to become a better person, different than others in front of you. Itu yang you are differentiate yourself among others. Okay, yang juga score 100%. Or probably sebab everyone this morning heard about Dato' Adi punya speech kan. So everyone today targeting 120 punya score. So macam mana you nak differentiate among others here? Still you need to keep on adding values. Okay, jadi from today on, it doesn't matter itu adalah program university, it is community initiatives, it is corporate initiative, either you are volunteering, keep on doing the good thing, contribute towards the sustainability the best way you can. Everywhere you go, add value. That is when you are becoming a better person, more than 100%, more than 120% that you can give to yourself first. That's the only expectation that people have for you right now. Okay, give value to yourself. And kalau kita tengok, now you are university students. This happened to me a month ago, okay, last month. A student, a high school student from the California, from the US, emailed me, I would like to learn about marine conservation in Malaysia with you. I am a 16 years old high school student. I am looking to learn about new things, getting into new environment, working with the people that I don't know. I would like to fly to Malaysia and engage with you. And he came for 2 weeks with me. Kenapa dia buat? And I asked him, are you doing this for school merit? Oh, I said, and then he said, no, there's nothing such a merit. My teachers even didn't know I'm doing this. I'm doing this for myself. So he flew from California to be with me for 2 weeks, and I sent him to the field, learn about science, learn about marine biology, and he returned back with a great ideas about environment, about marine biology, and about conservation. And in fact, he's not totally into marine biology at all. He has strong interest on environmental engineering. But he said he need a new environment, he need a new challenge so that he can push himself forward. Okay, so and I said when you here, observe things around you, observe the conservation program that I sent you to, and challenge the status quo that we are doing right now. Observe. And then what he did for 2 weeks, he observed things. At the end of the day, he come out with the environmental engineering solution for the sea turtle conservation program that we are running. He said certain thing, he comments on certain thing, and he suggests and propose a project, environmental engineering project, to solve that conservation problem that he observed. As a person who has a fresh eyes, kan? Dia datang dari jauh, dia kata, why you keep on doing things this way? Dia kata, why not, automate the process and so on. Then he suggested, as a 16 years old high school student, he putting values, he willing to travel so far away. And you are here being paid to come here and to sit, and still yet you feeling so sleepy and even dare to sleep in this hall. Okay? Itu je lah yang boleh cakap, nak kena bagi bitter sikit. I know Gen Z, they're triggered by kalau getting bitter kan. Kalau kita bagi pedas sikit, dia triggered. I purposely do this because I'm not coming here. I can decide not to, but I want to share things with you, and I want to make at least small changes in your mind. Okay? I hope if it's not working for every of you here, at least 1 or 2 okay lah. Rasa berbaloi lah datang, okay, during the weekend. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Maiza, for your insight. So, basically, to summarize what you said, everyone here is their own responsibility. No one else is going to help you when you're in uni. And don't just be a student, be a contributor. No matter from what background you are, accounting student, business student, biology student, you're able to contribute in some way. I believe in that. And that you should also start adding specifically ESG values into your resume. So, and in order to, to grow and improve as a person, you need to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations. Yeah. Can we proceed with Encik Luqman?
What's the keyword? Soalan tadi? The
Um,
keyword je.
Oh,
Kalau tak nanti
basically,
Sonia jadi panel keempat.
basically, what advice would you give to everyone in this room when they want to start working in the community science or corporate sector?
Yeah. So first, I think semua orang yang dekat sini perlu berikan tepukan kepada diri sendiri. Kalau doktor tadi dia bitter, so saya suruh tepuk tangan. So tadi ada 1-2 orang yang masih belum sedar, dia dah sedar. Sekarang ni. Okay. So dia dah tepuk dah habis ke? Anyway, kalaulah saya boleh beri nasihat, saya rasa yang pertamanya adalah rakan-rakan tak perlu tunggu nak jadi ataupun dapat title doktor, ataupun dalam erti kata lain jadi expert, jadi pakar, dan baru boleh buat perubahan, baru boleh buat something positif. Macam doktor cakap tadi, saya nak echo. Pertamanya, yang paling penting adalah perubahan dalam diri. Macam pakar motivasi. Sebab apa? Okey, sebab kita cerita tentang nak selamatkan alam, nak selamatkan hutan, nak selamatkan dan sebagainya. Tapi kalau hidup diri sendiri pun masih terabai. Saya pernah jadi student lah macam rakan-rakan kan. Kalau nak cerita tentang jaga ataupun tolong masyarakat di sekitar universiti, sebab dulu zaman saya mungkin tua sikit, saya bukan Gen Z. Saya bukan Gen Z, tapi masih muda. Itu yang pasti. Anyway, dulu ada apa orang panggil slogan-slogan mahasiswa perlu menyumbang kepada masyarakat dan sebagainya. Jadi adalah aktivis-aktivis mahasiswa, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. Cuma kalau kita pergi ke bilik ke apa mereka ni, sebenarnya mereka ni tak pandai pun. Baju tak basuh, kelas tak pergi, makan tak teratur sebagainya kan. So how you want to create or change the world, macam Eng tahu Eng? Tak tahu sebab dia tidur lagi. Macam Avatar kan nak ubah dunia kan. Kalau diri sendiri pun tak boleh nak diubah. So nak kena teratur dulu. Okay, pertama. Kedua, kalau you rasa apa yang you buat tu ataupun apa yang you nak buat tu betul, you buat. Sebab, jadi saya cerita pengalaman peribadi saya. Saya dulu pernah di sektor kerajaan. Okay, and then selepas itu saya resign. Ini lepas saya fresh grad, saya masuk sektor kerajaan. And then saya resign. Sebab saya rasa maybe that's not for me. And then saya pindah ke sektor swasta. Kalau saya sebut, mesti tahulah. Dia syarikat penerbangan. Okey. Tapi bukan yang biru. Dia merah. Okey. Sebab dia tak taja kan, tak sponsor. So tak boleh sebut. Everybody can fly. Exactly. Dan saya bekerja rapat dengan orang nombor 1 di syarikat itu. 1 tahun saja. And again, I decide to resign. Dan saya adalah a few mentor ataupun orang yang saya kalau nak buat apa-apa, saya tanya dia, is it a good thing to do? Dan benda yang saya tanya tu adalah, okey tak kalau saya rasa saya nak pergi satu Malaysia, tengok site ataupun kawasan bakau dan buat penanaman pokok bakau saja. Dia kata, apa kau merepek ni Man? Nama saya Lokman kan, so dia panggil Man lah. Apa kau merepek ni Man? Dia kata. Tapi saya masih buat. This is a true story. Kalau anda tak percaya, ikut suka hati kan. Boleh baca. So basically saya wrote a book, dilancarkan tahun lepas. Ada pengerusi Bursa Malaysia. So this is where yang saya cakap tadi tu kan, decision maker. So when you go and meet with all these people, make sure dia bukan saja dengar lah, at least dia buatlah sikit apa yang you cakap tu, bukan cakap je kan, tapi buat, ambil tindakan. So tajuk ataupun judul buku itu namanya adalah The First Step. Kenapa? So kalau, saya tak tahulah, kalau Google saya rasa ada, tapi mungkin juga tak ada. Sebab tak begitu popular. Tapi di cover ataupun di cover apa Melayu? Muka depan. Okay. So di muka depan tu ada kapal. Ada kapal, and is a reflection of my journey. Buat something yang pada awalnya orang rasa benda tu merepek ataupun is not important as you know, pastikan you ada career yang jelas dan you know, climb the ladder. Maybe in the next 5 or 10 years be someone in the corporate world. Ataupun ada juga orang cakap, oh Lokman, you should you know, banyaklah option. Tapi saya decide untuk buat dan gerakkan satu gerakan sosial, dan pada masa itu kita memang hanya tumpu kepada penanaman pokok bakau. Kenapa? Sebab I think there is another issue, which is how we can make sure ada social mobility. Social mobility ni tahu tak? Ada, kalau dulu nelayan ni, confirm kalau nelayan ni mesti miskin. So macam mana sekarang orang ataupun penduduk di kampung nelayan ni, dia boleh mungkinlah tak selalu ataupun tak menangkap ikan tapi masih dapat duit. So partly is to transform the paya bakau ataupun mangrove forest menjadi kawasan ekopelancongan. Orang tengok firefly. Semalam saya pergi Cerating sekejap. So basically Cerating pun ada firefly. Tapi tak tahulah ada ke tidak. Ada signage je. Masih ada. Di Selangor ada Sungai Kuantan, dan kami sekarang sedang uruskan satu kawasan yang namanya Kampung Sungai Melayu. So dulu dia kampung nelayan, sekarang sudah jadi partly ekopelancongan. Tapi ekopelancongan pun masih kena ada perimeter. Sebab tempat-tempat firefly ni kalau banyak sangat boat, banyak juga asap. So bila banyak sangat asap dan bunyi boat, apa akan jadi? Firefly hilang. Exactly. Student marine. Bukan. Aquaculture. Okay. So semua benda ni sebenarnya apa yang saya cuba highlightkan adalah kita hanya akan explore bila kita mula buat benda tu. So if I decided not to follow my gut untuk buat NGO dan you know, tanam bakau satu Malaysia ni, So saya tak akan jumpa. Mungkin ada yang kenal Dr. Adri Amir. So Dr. Adri Amir is one of our panel of expert untuk kelab boleh perhatiin. My background, I study in social science, public policy. So saya memang tak tahu. Macam semua yang ada dalam bilik ni, at least you guys tahu pasal ataupun berkenaan dengan kehidupan marine dan sebagainya. Dulu saya tak tahu pun. Pergi Busan ke apa tu untuk melancong je lah kan. Masa semester break. Tapi you buat, kalau you tak tahu you tanya. Ini ada doktor. Faham tak? Tapi at the end of the day you have to do. Itu yang paling penting. Then you sukat, you timbang tara, adakah impact itu baik ataupun tak baik. Sebab one final sentence. This is one of my mentor, dia sebut, Lokman, kalau you nak tanam pokok, jangan sampai you tanam satu pokok, mati 3 lagi pokok. Thank you.
Thank you, Encik Lokman. So, bak kata Michael Jackson, if you want to make a world a better place, just look at yourself and make the change. Yeah. So, the only thing that's stopping you from doing that big thing is yourself. Because the world has become so modern, everything is easily accessible now. Literally, everything's at a push of a button on your screen. And also having to find purpose in yourself. What are you put in this world to do? Okay, thank you. And we can proceed with our final panelists. What advice would you give to everyone in this room today?
Okay, generally, I think apart from your academic lah, kan? So for private sector, you know, the good thing about going into a company as a newbie, you can ask a lot of questions, right? Because you're not supposed to know, kan? So I think once you actually masuk into the corporate world, whether you are intern, selalu you will go for internship lah kan. The one thing that I would actually advise you to do, and I'm not going to talk about character ke apa, but it's something that you can go and do, is go talk to a lot of people in the company. You pergi cakap dengan, okay, contoh you masuk oil and gas, and then you masuk sustainability. Tapi you should not limit yourself to that sustainability saja. You should go and understand the process from the engineer. You boleh go talk to the lawyer and understand what is the contractual environment that you are operating in. You boleh cakap dengan finance to understand what are the, for example, capital allocation process ke apalah. You boleh cakap dengan commercial, and that is exactly how you learn. Be inquisitive about something and go and talk to people. Sebab I perasan the young people, sometimes I bagi tahu dekat I punya team lah, my colleague. So I don't call them staff, my staff is my colleague. So I cakap, why don't you go and talk to that engineer? Tapi tiba-tiba I tengok dia tulis email. It's different tau. You go and sit. Okay. No, I pun actually, I'm not an extroverted person. Tapi when I actually joined Exxon, I was with ExxonMobil when I actually entered into the oil and gas about 20 over years ago lah. Lama dah. And I am actually a professional accountant by qualification. Tapi the area of accounting yang I buat tu is actually on revenue allocation. So, kalau you tahu dekat offshore Terengganu ni, kita ada banyak platform and they actually come from different blocks. Sebab Petronas, the way dia bagi kepada company like Exxon, Hibiscus ke apa kan, dia bagi by block tau, it's 10 by 10. And then dia bagi macam, each of these ada block lah. And all of this oil and gas, dia akan commingle. So bila dia commingle, dia bercampur. Tapi ada satu blok ni mungkin dia punya sharing dengan Petronas is let's say 80-20. Tapi ada blok lain mungkin 60-40. Kan? So all of this come together and my job is actually to ensure that everybody get the right allocation. So kita panggil revenue allocation. And in the process of actually that allocation, dia ada pakai macam mass balancing lah, macam-macam lah. And then kalau you tahu the hydrocarbon ni, the chemistry student, dia ada C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 kan. So each of these, you kena allocate according to that component of the hydrocarbon. So all of these, kita nak kena faham tu, I actually went and talked to a lot of people. I tak cakap dengan seorang sebab kadang-kadang orang tu mungkin dia dah kerja 5-6 tahun tapi sebenarnya dia pun tak faham. So you pergi cakap dengan orang lain pula. So you try to make sense. And this is where like your analytical skill come in, kan? But at the same, tapi the thing is about talking to people, not only you dapat first hand info, tapi you also create apa? Relationship. Orang kenal you. So bila at the higher level, kan? Orang kata, oh, I pernah jumpa budak ni. He asked very good question. Something like that. So very inquisitive. That's actually one of the key success factor in private organisation. It's not just about, so kadang-kadang kita kata it's who you know kan. It's true. But you need to make your effort to go and, get to know people. So it's not just about you pergi main bola dekat event company lah kan. It's about you making sense of a certain work scope tu by trying to understand the information around it. So that is like actually one advice. So you don't have to be extrovert pun. So you have to, macam tadi siapa cakap, you have to go beyond you punya comfort kan. Just go and talk to people, cakap I read about this, tapi at the same time I macam ni, boleh tak you explain kan? So a lot of people actually are willing to explain. So kadang-kadang I dekat office, walaupun I accounting background, ramai orang ingat I engineer. Sebab I boleh explain in terms of the geology, reservoir. Sebab it's not because I went and learn academically, but because I go and talk to people. I suruh dia orang lukis macam mana dekat bawah tu. Dia punya reservoir trap apa semua, macam mana dia baca all those seismic lines, and then sebab you ada commercial background, so actually your value is higher. Sebab you boleh put it in context of that, and not just one perspective. So I always say to people that, it's like a cake. So kadang-kadang you pergi masuk a company, you're only given a slice of it. You tak nampak pun the whole cake, kan? But your aim should be to understand where is that slice within the whole cake, so that you boleh nampak the context. Context is very, very important because it changes the solution. Kalau tak, you become, I would say, drown in the details, in the noise, basically. So that is actually one thing lah. And the other thing that I want, that is actually in general, but specifically for sustainability and ESG, tak semestinya you belajar environment or marine conservation, baru you boleh buat sustainability, no. Because where I actually spent about 15 years on planning and economics. So like a lot of the oil field project were FID because I did a lot of those commercial evaluation to commercialize a project. But then towards later stage of my career ni, now I'm head of sustainability. So one of the thing, sebab kita oil and gas, the key, the material thing for oil and gas is the greenhouse gas emission. Sebab that is where you are guilty of, kan? You emit a lot of GHG. So when I look at it, actually GHG dia macam cost juga. It's about profit also. It's about managing a number. It's just that it's just a different driver. So it's all about creating accountability and ownership around the greenhouse gas emission, baru you boleh manage, kan? So I basically bring that cost management punya expertise into GHG management. And you need objective. So I created a roadmap at the operation level, not just at corporate level. So kalau you tengok kadang-kadang you tengok, you know the NETR kan? National punya Energy Transition Roadmap. We have 2050 for net zero. But ada tak orang yang boleh break down those number into what people can do? Kan? Yes. So it's the same. At PDTEP corporate level, we have net zero 2050. But how do you actually translate that back to the people who are closest to the sources of emission so that they are accountable for the emission? Sebab dia orang yang paling tahu how to actually reduce. They own the process. So you see, like, walaupun I punya expertise is not in GHG, but I bring in from another angle into the sustainability. So sama juga macam even if you do law ke engineering lagi lah for the GHG. So I think that is the 2 point lah. One is talk to a lot of people. Jangan banyak sangat tulis email. I tell you, kalau you tulis email, you kata, dia siapa-siapa kan? Can you please explain to me about gini-gini? Tak ada, dia tak akan balas. Setuju, Prof pun setuju. But if you go there, you jumpa dia, kan? You tanya, dia akan explain to you something. So I think go out there and talk to a lot of people. This morning I was actually yang baju-baju pink kat sini kan? Baju apa? Purple purple. So they were actually presenting to me about blue track kan? And that lady over there yang paling kanan, apa nama you? No, you Nabila, you explain to me kan? So they explain to me in perfect Malay. But I know you know your stuff. Why? Sebab your father is actually kan? So dia, you tahu tak? When you actually faham about fishery, but they were actually doing something on the illegal fishing kan? Bila you faham, sebab your dad is actually is a fisherman, so the way they explain, it actually indicate that she understand what's going on. And I can see that. Tapi kalau you tak pernah pun jumpa fisherman, you tak faham. You boleh baca-baca macam tu je. So that's why wherever you go, you kena go and talk to people. Be inquisitive. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ellie. So you all should really take the opportunity to network around with each other, exchange business cards if you have any. And yeah, as growing up, I used to be a shy kid. And the one thing my mom will always tell me is, you don't lose anything by asking. So just ask, really. And you're right, when it comes to...
Can I just add, like, actually, I kadang-kadang, I pergi pasar kan, I tak tahu nama ikan, I tanya je orang sebelah I. Yes. And then I remember, kan ikan tongkol kan, ikan air. I tanya orang sebelah I, actually macam mana you nak identify between tongkol putih dengan tongkol hitam? You tahu tak? Ada 2 jenis tongkol pun tak tahu. Sebab I peminat nasi dagang. So dia cerita dekat I, dia kata kalau sirip tu panjang itu tongkol hitam, isi dia keras. Tapi kalau sirip dia pendek, then itu adalah tongkol putih, isi dia lembut. So kadang-kadang you dekat mana-mana pun you boleh je tanya.
Yeah, I think people would be more than happy to explain to you.
Exactly.
And Sonia, maybe I can add to that. Maybe last message that I would say, ask around, macam Dr. Lee kata, tanya. The worst thing you can get, the answer, the worst answer you can get is what? Just a no. It won't hurt you. Hurt feeling, okay lah. Kental lah sikit kan. But you're not getting injured by asking question and people answer back no kan. It's just a no. It's okay, move on. Okay, but don't be afraid to ask question. And one last thing is that the only way to learn something is by getting your hands dirty. You won't learn anything by just reading or looking or watching YouTube. or video or documentary? Nothing. You will only learn when, as Cik Lokman cakap, getting your hands dirty. You sendiri buat and then you know. Okay.
Okay, thank you to all our panelists for sharing such an insightful, valuable information. And I hope everyone here as well has taken notes on those valuable information. More importantly, I hope you guys have some questions prepared because now we're going to have a Q&A session. But unfortunately, we are only able to take 3 questions. So the plan now would be maybe 1 question for each panelist. So if anyone, let's start with Dr. Maiza. Does anyone have a question for Dr. Maiza? Yes. Can someone pass the mic?
Okay, hi and salam sejahtera and a very good evening. My name is Joseph Anja from UMT. So I want to ask Dr. Maiza, we often hear that youth, what you said, are agent of change in addressing climate issue. However, many environmental decisions are still shaped by larger stakeholders. While scientific evidence on climate change and marine ecosystem degradation does not always translate into policy, how can we bridge the gap between science, policy, and youth participation to ensure that young people are not only supporters of the climate agenda, but also empowered as active decision makers in shaping science-based climate solutions? That's all.
Wow, this is question like, we need a specific forum for that to answer that question. But very good, Joseph. Okay, I know even as a scientist, even as academic, even a person who produce knowledge, that's a very important job of a scientist, academic. We are producing knowledge. Okay, the textbook that you read is coming from the scientists who develop the new knowledge and things that you read. And, okay, and you ask how that a voice of a youth can be taken more seriously lah, kalau I cakap lebih simple kan. How are we taking you seriously? But my question is going back to you. Do you want me to take your voice seriously? Yes or no? Yeah. Are you sure? Are you sure? The way you behave, the way you're not looking back at your discipline, okay? People can give you opportunity and take your voice seriously if you are committed to your voice. Okay, Joseph, you are given a platform, banyak platform di universities as compared to before. Those times, okay, the mahasiswa, they have to go to the road so that their voice are heard. Kena pergi berguling zaman PMX kan. Betul lah, zaman AUKU. We have AUKU. Kena berguling dekat jalan so that like media capture and then okay your voices are heard. Heard baru. Let's jauh lagi nak pergi kepada make changes. Okay, and now things are totally different. You are given more opportunity as compared to mahasiswa before. And you wanted this responsibility kan? You wanted this opportunity. You cakap, oh kami ada hak, kami nak urus duit kelab sendiri. Okay, we want to govern our money, yes. But, report tak hantar, Cik Nauman cakap. And then, cacar merba. Okay, but we still giving you the opportunity. So Joseph, right now, you are actually receiving more opportunity than before. Your voices are already heard more than before this. Kan zaman-zaman terpaksa lantang, terpaksa menjadi buat piket, terpaksa pergi ke jalan raya. There's no more. Bukan sebab you tak bagus, bukan sebab you are no longer a good leader. Dah tak ada kan sekarang. You terpaksa pergi ke jalan. No longer, right? Because we are already giving you the opportunity and platform to speak, to be heard. Tapi, ask yourself again. Are you taking this? Are you committed to this? Ataupun you rasa like, I wanted to challenge myself. Lepas tu dah, boring lah rupanya jadi pemimpin ni. There's so many responsibility. And doing a very boring job kan. So, my answer is that You already have the platform. Whenever you go, whatever responsibility are given to you, use it wisely and people will hear you, will see you. Itu saja.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maiza, for your answer. Next question will be for Encik Luqman. Does anyone have? Okay, yes.
Assalamualaikum, dear panelists. I'm sorry, this situation might be general. Okay, as we know, the case Tasik Chini hampir ditarik result biosfera yang berlaku dan sebab pelombongan dan juga pelambakan haram. Tapi pemangku raja kita buat arahan untuk stopkan pelombongan untuk sementara waktu untuk membuat pemulihara. Okay. So benda tu menjadi efektif. Maknanya sekarang kita punya Tasik Chini dah cantik, dah okey, dah terjaga. Walau bagaimanapun, however, kita sedia maklum bahawa aktiviti penerokaan ni tak semestinya kena selalu dihentikan. Tak boleh kita selalu halang diorang nak buat guna resource bumi. So tapi bila kita buka juga akan ada possibility benda yang sama akan jadi. So I want to ask your opinion or perspective where we draw the line to preserve the nature yang sedia ada ataupun nature yang bakal diterokai. That's all for me. Thank you.
Alright. Siapa nama tadi? Apa nama?
Oh, nama Nur Fatimah.
Fatimah dari UMT.
Daripada Uniza.
Uniza. Okey, sebelah kan?
Sebelah.
Baik. So untuk jawab soalan ni pun macam Prof Doktor kata tadi, kena ada satu forum lain. Banyak isu dia. Dalam saya tak tahu, mungkin depan tu pandangan, belakang tu baru soalan kot. Kan? Tapi yang pertama, ada tak pelajar ekonomi dalam ni? Tak ada. Ada. Okay. So, you guys yang tak belajar ekonomi ni, tahu tak konsep scarcity? Bukan bandar yang terluka. Kerana Gen Z adalah golongan terluka. Dia adalah, apa Melayu? Tahu scarcity?
Kamu forget.
Apa?
Is it scarcity like kekurangan on something? It's like it's rare.
Terhad lah. So semua sumber alam ni adalah benda yang dia ada dua kategori basically. Sumber yang boleh diperbarui, itu yang kita kata renewable energy. Okay. Kedua, sumber yang tak boleh diperbaharui. Contohnya apa? Tanah. Apa? Okey, lagi apa? Pokok-pokok ke apa semua ni kan? Okeylah, ada dua secara asas. Jadi, sebab tu kalau dalam perbincangan berkenaan topik ini, kita bukanlah tak membenarkan manusia melakukan penerokaan. Tetapi bila kita bincang berkenaan benda ni, Dania apa tadi? Fatimah, dia ada dua benda. Satu adalah conserve. Kedua adalah reserve. Sebab tu kita selalu dengar conservation, reservation. Melayu dia apa? Pemeliharaan. Kita nak memelihara benda yang dah ada. Ataupun benda yang kalau kita guna, hilang. Pertama. Kedua, kita nak pulihara. Kita nak pulihkan. Kalau pulih ni, dia macam Gen Z yang terluka. Kalau terluka, you kena pulihkan supaya dia boleh berkenalan dan bercakap dengan lebih ramai orang. Okay? Itu satu topik. Dia kena datang sekali. You tak boleh balak, tak boleh itu. Habis, you nak buat benda-benda yang sepatutnya macam mana? Sebab itu kita panggil ataupun kita bincang berkenaan dengan menggunakan semua sumber-sumber ini secara berhemah. Dalam erti kata yang senang, jangan tamak. Contoh, UMT tahu tak pasal pukat tunda? Rakan-rakan tahu tak pukat tunda? Pukat tunda yang dua kapal tu kan? Lepas tu dia tarik kan? So sekarang saya rasa di Malaysia dah tak boleh kan? Di laut dalam. Di laut dalam. Okey. So, bila kita bercakap berkenaan dengan parameter, inilah parameter dia. So, parameter ataupun apa orang panggil garisan pemisah ataupun had itu perlu dibuat oleh kerajaan. Tapi bukan untuk menghalang terus. And I'm not for it. Mana kata, oh kita tak boleh terus ke hutan. Sebab benda tu tak dapat dielakkan. Populasi membesar. Cuma bagaimana nak gunakan secara berhemah. Dan saya rasa kalau pendahuluan dia, ada orang yang bagi Tunku Hasanal lah saya rasa kan, rujuk pada Tunku Hasanal. Ada bagi titah and then mestilah kajian ni dengar. Okey, tak ada masalah. So itulah, conserve, reserve, then we are good. Menjawab tak? Kalau tak jawab, kena tanya doktor nanti. Thank you.
Good conservation and good management, basically. And one last question for, okay, she's already there.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurina Afrina and I'm from Utasham. I want to ask Dr. Ellie, when you are in a new workplace, what is your favorite go-to question and what is your strategy when you want to make a meaningful connection with somebody you just met?
Dah lama dah tak duduk di new workplace. I think what for me is always be humble. Always be humble. And then kalau you tak, because I dealt with a lot of intern and they are of and I feel that I can tell who's going to be successful and who is not going to be successful. And those who I think is not going to be successful are those yang whenever you actually offer some feedback, basically macam they know better. Okay, it doesn't mean that you don't know better. Maybe even though I have like 30 years experience, maybe I don't know about what you're asking as much as you do, but it's a viewpoint, betul tak? It's a feedback. So it's something that you should consider and assess it within what you believe. So I think being humble is one of the key character lah, that people would be more willing to help you. And I think the other character is you tak perlu pun jadi macam extroverted kan. Ada je yang macam jadi nampak macam over kan. Dia macam terlalu extrovert sangat. I think it's more in terms of like the knowledge that you're trying to seek for your particular area of work lah. So go out and ask people, just like what I actually mentioned earlier. But you go with humbly basically, and take whatever feedback that you get as a point of view. Sebab tak semestinya orang tu tahu semua. Maybe dia pun ada certain things yang dia tak tahu. So and then you asking question. So this is one thing. You asking question with the intent to understand better, not to test others. Sebab ada orang dia memang dah dia punya opinion kan. Tapi dia tanya tu is just to macam not sure that the other person is wrong. Ada macam tu. But I think you should actually change your point of view, trying to understand the other person punya point of view. Especially macam I Gen X and you guys are like, I don't know, Gen apa Gen Z okay, for me it doesn't matter. You Gen Z ke, you apa ke kan. For me it's the quality of that conversation. I work with millennials, I work with Gen Z. For me, tak kisah you Gen apa. is actually you punya own character. And I found that a lot of people that I work with, when they are humble, they learn more. Okay, and people say that there are no stupid question kan, which is true tau, which is true. But it's the way you ask jugalah. Okay, I don't know if I answer your question, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ali, for your answer.
Okay, the other thing is, ramai orang ingat your ability to speak in fluent English is actually show your intelligence. Actually, it's not. Walaupun you don't speak fluent English, tapi you try kan. But it's okay. It's about the thinking. Sometimes you ada idea, tapi you rasa macam, there's a difference between being introvert and being, apa dia panggil? Dia rasa macam dia at a lower, apa dia panggil? Self-esteem. Self-esteem. Sebab benda tu actually define you. I've actually spoken to, maybe I take 2 minutes. I've spoken to one consultant on speech therapist. Rehab in PPUM. So dia cakap, dia kata kita ada ramai speech therapist, but they all come from adalah one of this university, and when they come to the organisation, basically they come with lower esteem compared to the doctors. Sebab dia macam one dia panggil apa, dia punya government punya ranking tu kan. So dia rasa macam dia lower. But actually the speech therapist has dia punya own expertise which the doctors doesn't have. Tapi sebab dia rasa macam dia tu actually lower, so it doesn't elevate that that discipline. It's actually because of you, how you actually project yourself. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ali, and thank you to the audience who participated in asking the questions just now. And thank you to our distinguished panelists for dedicating your time and expertise with us today. So, as we come to the end of today's forum, I'd like to leave everyone with one final thought. Today's discussion reminded us that blue justice and climate action cannot be achieved by one sector alone. It requires collaboration among the three. It needs science to guide us, it needs the youth and community to drive the meaningful action, and it requires governance to make sure that these ideas are long-lasting. So whether you're a student, a researcher, industry professional, every step you take, no matter how small, is going to be contributing to a healthier ocean. And on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend a sincere appreciation to Dr. Maiza, Encik Luqman Hakim. I actually have my batchmate has the same name as you, literally. And Dr. Ali, thank you so much. And with that, I officially conclude today's Blue Justice Conversationist Forum, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our moderator, Ms. Sonia Alisian binti Edian Yen, and our distinguished panelists, Associate Professor Dr. Maiza Abdullah, Encik Luqman Hakim Mat Zim, and Dr. Ali Rashid for an exceptionally engaging, insightful, and inspiring forum discussion. As token of our sincere gratitude and appreciation on behalf of University Malaysia Terengganu and the Summit Organizing Committee, we would like to invite Mr. Wan Darwish Kazim bin Wan Ahmad Rosli as our representative to present our panelists with a souvenir as a symbol of our heartfelt thanks and admiration. So, the first panelist is Associate Professor Dr. Maiza Abdullah. Mr. Luqman Hakim Mat Zim. first panelist, Dr. Ali Rashid. Thank you, Mr. Wan Darif Kazim bin Wan Ahmad Rosli. Ladies and gentlemen, before departing, all guests of honor, the event secretariat and participants are requested to take their places to complete the photo session. All delegates are required to stand up and be at the center of the hall. Thank you. Please give a big round of applause once again to our excellent panel. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This officially concludes our main forum Blue Justice conversation. Announcement to all delegates of ESG Global Young Leader Summit 2026. This is an important announcement. Please be reminded that the submission deadline for 3 Minutes with ESG has been extended from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. by today. Please make sure to submit your entries by 7 p.m. Thank you. New update. Not 7 p.m. It's 8 p.m. All right. Thank you. Ni tak ada cousin eh? Mas, dua orang je. Cousin tak ada. Ah? Bukan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon to everyone. Distinguished guests, delegates and esteemed participants, welcome to our late afternoon sharing session titled From UMT to Taiwan, a Sustainability Leadership Journey. Under the banner of mobilizing young leaders as a catalyst for blue justice, this session aims to showcase the inspiring experiences, global exposure, and practical insights of UMT student leaders advancing sustainability and ocean conservation across borders. To navigate today's discussion, we are honored to have our two distinguished speakers, which is Ms. Tan Rui Han and Ms. So Eun Lei. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, please welcome them.
Okay, hi everyone. Nice to meet you all. Okay, before we start, so I would like to introduce for myself. So my name is Tan Rui Han. Can call me Rui Han. And then my partner is.
Hi everyone. So I'm Lei. So actually, both of us is from Biodiversity Conservation and Management course. So very grateful we have this opportunity to sit here and share our experience to you guys.
Okay, yeah. So actually for today, we would like to share an experience for our journey for joining a program called Fourth International Student Leaders Meeting on Sustainability at Taiwan. Yep. So our title on today is From UMT to Taiwan, a Sustainable Leadership Journey. So this program is held at NPUST. It's called National Pingtung University of Science and Technology, and it's held from 14 to 17 July. Yep. It just passed for a few weeks like that. Okay, so next. So what is the ISLMS, which is called the International Student Leaders Meeting on Sustainability? So this program is a global youth forum to cultivate future sustainability leaders. Actually, just quite similar with what we're having right now. And yeah, so it is hosted by UI Green Metric and National Pingtung University of Science and Technology. So the aim of this program is to create awareness of the students about the importance of sustainability, and also to give an opportunity for all the students from different countries to share your experience and also your ideas on sustainability. Next. Okay, so yeah, what is UI Green Metric? Like I mentioned just now, UI Green Metric is one of the hosts for the SLMS 2026. So it is a global ranking system that evaluates how well university implement sustainability in their own campus. So it is established by Universitas Indonesia in 2010. So can everyone lend me a hand? Can you take out your phone and check what is the UI Green Metric ranking in your own university? Yeah, I know here got a lot of UMT students. Also, you guys can check it. Yeah, anyone willing to share? Maybe we'll start from UMT first. Yeah, can I give the mic for them?
Tes.
Yeah.
Nombor apa?
Yeah, tell me your university and tell me the ranking of the UI Green Metric.
Belum lagi.
Anyone? Any volunteer?
Dah check.
Yes.
Dah check ya ranking nombor. Test.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ahmad Firdaus. I'm from UNIMAP. So for my university, their rank is 307.
Oh, 207. Yeah, it's quite a good amount as well. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah.
My name is Ahmad Nakib Fayyad bin Ahmad Farid. I'm from UiTM Shah Alam. and my university ranking is 94th.
Oh, 94. Oh, okay. Congratulations. Which means that your university is really like quite good at sustainability. Yes, anyone else?
My name is Diryutesh. I'm from UMPSA, and our uni's ranking is 40th.
40th. Woo! Congratulations. Anyone else? And maybe from a foreign country? Like Philippines, Indonesia, or any Western country? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, just.
Hi, for University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, our ranking is 98th.
98. Oh, it's quite a good amount as well. Thank you so much. Anyone else willing to share?
Hello. Hi,
Yes?
my name is Filza. I'm from University Malaysia Sabah, and our ranking is 54.
54. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, maybe last call for the UMT. I need UMT students, please. UMT, please.
So I'm from UMT. So our ranking is 204.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So yeah, this is a ranking of all of your university, and I hope you guys realize what is UI green metric. And most likely, I guess most of the university have joined it. So far from right now, we got about 1,745 universities from 2025. And so how they rank for this UI green metric is they based on 7 criteria you can see above, from setting, infrastructure, until governance and digitalization. And okay, for example, for setting and infrastructure, we got one section like security under there. So for the security, and we will take a photo of CCTV around our university and we'll insert in the document. So in that document, and then the UI green metric, that the staff will rank us and will arrange us based on the ranking as well. Yeah, and UMT is like we trying hard to get a higher rank 2004, but I feel like it's a very good try. And in Malaysia, the highest is UPM, if not wrong. Yeah, if anyone from UPM, we can be proud of that. Yeah, from UPM, okay. UPM is the highest among Malaysia for UI green metric. Okay, next is, why this university is quite special for National Pingtung University of Science and Technology. So for this university, they are the UI green metric, they rank the first in Taiwan and 21st in global. So their UI green metric, which means that they really do a very great job in their own sustainability. Okay, so MPSD, they have a waste separation, recycle bin, tong kita semula. I think everyone's school should have that. Yeah, I got right. So, but they are quite different with a little bit. It's like they only got recycle bin in their school. They don't have the normal bin, like the normal color bin. They don't have. They just all around the world is like recycle bin. Even though we go the hostel, we live at there, and then they only got recycle bin outside of the hostel. So if you want to throw rubbish, also you need to separate it based on the color like that. Okay, next is the green transportation. I think most of you guys you got bus, public transport in your universities. And just to share one, I think I'm quite proud of UMT is actually we got one program is called Hari Lestari. We got the Hari Kebebasan Kendaraan, which means like all the vehicles you only can park at the library, and then you need to walk to your own classroom like that. Yeah, I still remember the moment most of the students, they walk, even lecturers as well, when they walk until the classroom, it's like everyone is sweating like cat and dogs, I don't know. So it's like, wow, a lot of sweating because Malaysian weather is quite hot. Yeah, but luckily I didn't sweat because I used bicycle, so they just let me inside. Okay, so next is the green campus design. So MPUSD is surrounded with a lot of trees, green plants, and the air there is very fresh. And also the renewable energy, they got a huge amount of solar panel at there. Yeah, so they use the solar panel to replace the conventional energy source. Okay, next. Okay, so this program, we got highlights. The main program is 3 things: keynote speech, group discussion, and campus explorations. And for keynote speech, I would like to highlight one of the speech is from the Miss Chen. I still remember Miss Chen. And then she talked about the technology innovations on the marine plastic debris in Indo-Pacific. Yeah, it's like they use the one technology is called Azo V5, right? Azo V5, Azo Factor V5, something like that. Yeah, they use the technology and then they go to collect the rubbish and trying to reduce for the water pollutions. And I think in UMT, I would like to share one is about, we got one club in SOA, if not wrong. So we got a machine, and then we collect the water cap, and then we use the machine to compress it and mold it to the dolphin shape or like any other shape, and then we make it as a keychain and sell it. And after that, I got share with the participants at the program there as well. And then it's quite surprising that most of the participants there, they actually also got this project. Yeah, they also got this machine, and which means like everyone actually awareness about the, we can try to reduce the plastic bottle cap and do something like can help to remind other people to reduce the environmental pollution. Okay, and next is the group discussion. So for the group discussion, we've been chosen for under the 7 criteria is education and research. So, and next is the campus exploration. So campus exploration, we got 4 stations: Wildlife Animal Rescue Center, and then the Pineapple Paper Workshop, Agricultural Machinery Training Center, and one more is the Autonomous Shuffle, something like that. Yeah, so we have been chosen to, our group is been choosing to go for the Wildlife Animal Rescue Center, but unfortunately they didn't allow us to take photo inside there. So we just can take photo outside there. And it's quite interesting because we see the lion girl, is it?
Yeah, it's very honored to see the one of the hybrid species, the mix of lion and tiger. So the lion is the only one in Taiwan, and I think there's none of it in Malaysia.
Yeah, so it means like lion is like, you know, combined. Is the lion? The lion is a father, right? Lion father, and the mother is the tiger. Yeah, it's quite special when you go there, but they didn't allow to take photo, so unfortunately we cannot show you guys the lion girl. Liger, okay. Liger, okay, yeah. Okay, so next is, actually quite short lah, our journey is about 4 days and 3 nights in Taiwan. So the first day we arrived at Kaohsiung International Airport. Yeah, you can see we are so happy in the bus. And then the next day is our main activities. Is the keynote speeches. Just now what I focus group discussion, environmental activity, welcome dinner. And welcome dinner actually we eat at outside of the restaurant. It's not inside the university. It's quite special lah. The welcome dinner and also the farewell dinner. So in here you can see the photo here is Anle and I, and then we've got the from the UK. What is the name? Josh, okay. And then Brilliant and 2 more people. I still don't remember their name, but I got their IG, but I don't remember their name. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then next is the next day, the 3rd day is a closing ceremony, and they give us the certificate and we take photo, and then we got the International Youth Declaration. So they pick one of the representative from each country. And for this program from the Malaysia got 1 more people. Adam is from UTM, yeah. So but unfortunately for the Young Declaration, the signing, both of us didn't been choose lah. They choose Adam, so we cannot show you the moment we signed that. Okay. So after that we take a lot of photo and we add the people IG within this closing ceremony, and then we have a Kaohsiung city tour as well. And after that, the next day is check out. So next. So the one of quite memorable is about the cultural exchange. So we have interact with the participants from 12 countries there. We got 37 participants, included us. So I just want to share like one quite new information when I talk with them from the Western country. It's like in Malaysia, the university result, we call it as CGPA 4.0 is the most excellent. But in Peru, in the Western country, they count is at like 20 skills, 20 levels. So their average result is 11 or 12, something like that. And then the excellent one should be about like 14, 15, 16. So I don't know whether is there anyone from Peru or anyone got the same similar calculating system. But most likely I think it's Western, no? Yeah, it's about like 20 level, but for us, I think Indonesia or Philippines is same lah. We also got CGPA of 4.0, something like that. So it's quite a new information for me lah, actually. Okay, next is we can learn different sustainability perspective. And we experience Taiwanese culture is former British consulate at Tako. Tako is the old name of Kaohsiung city, yeah. And then we got Pier 2 Art Center. So former British consulate at Tako is most likely their history. And in Pier 2 Art Center is like more modern. For example, like, you know, like games, Sanrio, and then anime, what else? Jinshin, something like that lah. They will got booth at there, and then you go there, and then you can buy things, take photo. Okay. So next is build lifelong friendship. Yeah, you can like I say you can have IG with them because actually right now it's quite a lot of people if comparing with us. They told me you guys got about 100 people like that. Yeah, but for us we only got 37 people. So actually it's quite a good opportunity for you to know each other and take the IG. Yeah, sometimes you can see people what are they doing like that. Okay, and yeah, so that's all from me. So I will pass to my partner.
So thank you, Rayhan. So just now you guys have listened about what Rayhan shares on our experience that what we do in Taiwan in these 4 days. So for now, I'd like to share something that not only what we done, but what we learned from the program. So, okay. So firstly, we have the keynote section. So through these keynote sections, we actually can learn some special insights from the experts, not only between students, but also we can learn from those actors and lecturers and also experts from other countries and some other organizations that tell us about the current sustainability and also challenges and also innovative solutions. So during the focus group discussion, so we belong to the group education and research. So between that, we can learn a lot ideas. We interact with other students from different countries. They share out their culture, their experience, their ideas, so that we can found out a very different perspectives, thinking that different from ourselves in UNT and also in Malaysia. So one of my favorite activities is just actually the environmental activities that we're visiting the Wildlife Animal Rescue Center. So it's very fun that how we can translate the sustainability from just thinking into real actions. So in there we can see that through rehabilitations, education, and also community involvement, we can see it from the rescue center. So in the culture exchange, so of course we can know that the learning can be done through conversation with the others, and so we can build our friendship and also others with them when we're talking and exchanging their experience and their cultures. Thanks. So of course, the most important lesson that we learn in the program is the leadership. So maybe at first, before we're attending to programs like related leadership, we already think that maybe leader is just we need taking in charge or leading a team. But actually, no, leadership is really start from listening to the others. So when we work in a team, so firstly we need to understand different perspective from each other. They will bring out like different culture and experience that can share with us. So when we sharing together, we can collaborate and build trust together so we can work better in our team. And when the trust is built, creativity will come in, emerge naturally together so we can take out solutions that we can't achieve alone. So finally, the leading is about to turning the ideas into meaningful actions that good for our future and also the sustainability. Next, so today's program, is about ESG, environmental, social, and governance. So through the program ISLMS, we understand that sustainability is just not what we learn from the textbook or lecture notes. It's not only about environmental activities. So the environmental section, they protect our natural resources, but we also need like social that remind us about it, including people's inclusions, community, and also educations. So the governments will be responsible for leadership, accountability, transparency, and also ethical decision making. So sustainability is not only environmental actions, but also we need great leadership and also community involvement to make future sustainability great better. Next, so we as a delegate, we attend to the ISLMSA program. It's not only representing ourselves, but we're also representing UMT and also Malaysia. So it's very honor for us that we can to share to the other students from other different countries around the world that our UMT is very expertise in marine studies and also biodiversity conservation and some sustainability focused research. So we share out that Malaysia is rich in biodiversity and some conservation innovations that initiatives that ongoing now happening in our country that we working it for. So besides that, we also gain very good friendships. It's not only meet and the program everything ends after the program. We still can talk and share information after the program ends because like as I say, we exchanged IGs and we have chat, we have talked together after. So this actually can bring us to future collaborations that maybe in academic or maybe in other sector. Yeah. So next. Okay. So actually we have a question that we give out ourselves, like how we can make this program more meaningful after we returning to our home or returning back from Taiwan. So yeah, this is what we can do is we can learn what the insights or the experience that we gain and apply them to our research, our conservation activities, and also community activity projects. So this is what. And also the others is we can do sharing sections like today, or you can share to you guys and also sharing to others to sell, like maybe we can through social media. So actually did some posting on our IG to share out the experience. So if you guys like interesting, you can follow our IG and see some posts that we post around the Taiwan and also the ISLM program. Yeah. So from Taiwan, we also learned other things like some sharings from the other countries. So one of the students from Indonesia, they shared that their local communities will do some projects like recycling the plastic and make it into bags and also scarves, and it actually supports their environmental and economic value very much. So from us, just now Rehan has shared Azar Alliance from the Taiwan is actually a technology that they help to clear the pollution or the plastic rubbish on the water. So it's actually a machine, or maybe can say it's a robot that help them. They already apply it to in their Taiwan surrounding oceans in the Pacific. Yeah. So maybe one day, yeah, UNT can establish a student wildlife outreach units that we do organize a conservation awareness program, and also to share out more information on conservation of wildlife, and also maybe do the public awareness that we can know more about how we can conserve our environment and also save those wildlife. Yeah, so next, so I relate since today's program is about ESG and so blue justice. So maybe just now forum you guys can understand like what is blue justice. So blue justice does not only to protect the oceans, but it's all about fairness and equity. So we need to inclusive decision making. We share our knowledge together, and also we make decisions including everyone, and also do some and also we need to empower the coastal community. So for what we learned at ISLSS, like sustainable challenge cannot be just solved by ourselves, like only one country. We need to cooperate together globally, and so because different countries contributes like unique ideas and their cultures experience is differently. So from there we can come out with solutions that maybe one cannot be think out by one alone, but in everyone that we share together, then with a lot of people, then we can think out a very good solution that can maybe apply not in one country but over around the world. Yeah. Next, so what's about the personal growth for ourselves that after we attending the program? So actually before attending to ISLMS, we only focus our perspective in locally. So we only attend to local program, local communities that not internationally. So yeah, the most important is we can turn sustainable development goals from just learning into applying them to our real life and also our future careers. So it's a very good opportunity for us to learn it, and also we not only stay inside the classroom, but also we can go out to the field activity, and also we exchange our ideas that maybe there's some factors that we never thought in our own life, but we can get the insight from the others. Yeah, so to conclude, ISLSS is just not an international program, but actually it's also a platform that we can learn from the others. We build our friendship. That's be a very lifelong friendship that can build after the program, not just end in the program. So yeah. So this is our sharing that, so I hope our sharing can give a insight for you guys to know what international program is, and also like maybe if you already has chance other than today's Young Leader Summit, but every chance, even the program is far from your country, just don't hesitate, just go and attend it. So it's very a good chance for you to learn and also enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. By the way, later want to add IG can come and find us. Thank you.
Okay, so if you guys have any question, can raise your hand. Yeah.
No.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience in Taiwan. It was such an amazing sharing session. But I really want to know if, because you guys already like, oh, by the way, my name is Naya. I'm from University Malaysia Sarawak. Yes, I'm also international student from Indonesia. Okay, because you mentioned you met a lot of people from another country and you guys already have like a sharing session and so on. Is there anything in your mind, like innovation or like a spark, you want to make some changes in your university that is you adapt from Taiwan and you want to bring it back to Malaysia? Is like any ideas on it? Thank you, that is all.
Okay, so thank you for your question. So, yeah, one of the idea that we think to adapt is one is the wildlife rescue, wildlife animal rescue instead. Actually, because this is very related to our own course, our program, biodiversity conservation. So I think it's very good, and that's why I say that maybe one day our student, not maybe not me, maybe the juniors and also seniors, other we can cooperate together and maybe set up a outreach unit that maybe can share our experience and so share those informations that we know to those public, that maybe it's not only conservation or biodiversity related students, but also to those students like maybe marketing or maybe tourism, that to anyone that really interested to wildlife or conservation or anything related to the environment. Yeah, it's a good idea that actually I want to adapt and maybe can make changes in UMT.
Oh yeah, so just to add on about the Wildlife Animal Rescue Center, actually in UMT we got a lot of cats, and also we got one club is the CAC. The full team is Companion Animals and Club. Yeah, so for this club it's like they take care of the cats, and then like they go to see what if you guys can realize, actually UMT is seriously a lot of cats. Yeah. Yeah, after I joined UMT also, I don't want to join any like cat cafe already, because you know UMT a lot of cats. So maybe after that we can do some improvements on about the cats. Maybe we got cats rescue center. Okay, whatever lah. So something like that. And I'm not sure it's in UKM or UPM or what else lah. I know for my friends they share to us, it's like they got a cat cafe in their university. Yeah, something like that lah. I feel like that kind of thing also can happen in our university as one of our interesting thing. And I'm not sure whether you guys know or not, we actually got 4 research stations. 4 research stations in UMT. I'm not sure whether you guys know or not. It's about like the Setiu Wetland, Kenyu, Pulau Bidong, and Cagar Hutang. So in this 4, like they got their own unique thinking. For example, wetland, and then scuba in Pulau Bidong. Yeah, Pulau Bidong is very, very nice to join at scuba, and both of us just joined the scuba course. Yeah, so we just get the open water. Yeah, open water dive license about scuba. It's very nice. So yeah, maybe after that, I don't know lah. Maybe you guys can try, if you guys go Pulau Tengok or Pulau something like that, they can get you to scuba something. It's quite a nice and actually quite special in UMT that we actually got this course. Yeah, that's all for this question. Yes.
Hi, my name is Rashida and I'm from UPSI. Actually, I have never been to any international programs to any countries before, but I think based on our program for this few 5 days, I want to ask: is there any community activities that you have done from the impact that you have got through this international program to Taiwan, especially any impactful skills that you newly learned from this program that you actually delivered and applied it on your community activities after this program? Is there any activities that you have done or any upcoming activities that you are planning to? Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so to answer these questions, because actually this program just finished, like 14 to 17 July, so it's not much timing for us to have straight away have another activity right now. If go also maybe next sem, yeah, something like that. But actually before this program, the Taiwan Day, we got our own club. It's called Biodiversity Club, and we did some activities at there as well. So yeah, something like that lah. Want to add on?
So for those that interested to the activity that we maybe have done, or also in future we have done, you can follow our Biodiversity Club IG also there, because actually we share a lot, and also with a lot of the information that about biodiversity is on the IG we share a lot, and so there's also future activities that we also will share on our IG. So for those that very interested can follow our GNG and keep out on those information that and the activities will be done in the future.
Yeah, so most likely the activities will maybe we got the online speech, and and then they will invite us, and then we'll give some small talk about that. Yeah, and yeah, something like that. Yeah, actually talk about the IG. Our president of biodiversity is very happy. Yeah, so yeah, can follow our club biodiversity activity IG, and actually this program also a lot of our course people is here. For example, MC also from Biodiversity Club. Just now, Sonia also one of our course mate, and behind there also some of the committee members also. I can see a lot of my very familiar face. Yeah. So actually, it's like just want to show that actually our club, Biodiversity Club, is quite an active club, and we keep joining a lot of program and wanted to do a lot of program afterwards. So most likely the program, yeah, just like I mentioned about the speech, and then what else? Oh, we will invite some speakers from others. Yeah, so actually my previous program I have done is about the, what's the name? I don't remember already. It's like we invite NGO, Malaysian Primatological Society. So yeah, and then we do it at Kenyuh. So like a lot of people, they can learn something new at there. Yeah, that's all. 你要讲吗？
And actually, not only we doing activities alone ourselves. So, as I say that French conversation can be done like during collaboration. So, actually, we also have activities that not only we collab with other clubs in UMT, also have some activities done that we collaborate from other universities. So, yeah, if guys have any interest to have collab activities with us, can contact us also.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got both of your questions. Sorry. Thank you. Have a nice day in UMT.
Thank you very much to Ms. Tenroy Han and Ms. So Eun Lei for that incredibly inspiring, insightful, and practical sharing session. As a token of our sincere gratitude and appreciation on behalf of University Malaysia Terengganu and the Summit Organizing Committee, we would now like to call Mr. Muhammad Harith Haikal bin Rosdi to give a certificate of participation to both of the speakers. So I would like to call upon Ms. Tenroy Han. Ms. So Eun Lei. Ladies and gentlemen, before our speakers depart, we request all guests of honors, the event secretariat, and all participants to remain in places for a quick photo session. So everyone can stand up and move to the center of the hall. Oh, okay. Okay. InsyaAllah. Tengok malam ni. Lepas resolusi. Lepas nanti kira-kira. Please give a big round of applause once again for Ms. Tan Royhan and Ms. So En Ling. This officially concludes our sharing session from UMT to Taiwan, a sustainability leadership journey. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Muhammad Alif Hidayat bin Abdul Majid for the next session.
Hello everyone. For this session only for contestant Icon ESG only. So for those who not registered for Icon ESG, you may leave now. And especially for those who haven't attended the open mic session yet. So this is the stage for you. Only 20 minutes. So all the Icon ESG contestant who haven't done the open mic session, you may start now. I leave the mic here.